Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our Real English Channel podcast. I'm Emma, and I'm really excited about today's topic, talking about daily routines. But before we start, please subscribe our channel. It really helps us.
And I'm Jack. This is a great topic because daily routine is something all of us have, and it's a perfect subject for English learners to practice speaking naturally.
Yes! Talking about your daily routine is one of the most common things in everyday conversations. You can talk about it in small talk, in job interviews, when meeting someone new, or just chatting socially.
Right. And it's also a way to show what your life is like, your habits, your lifestyle, how you manage your time, and what matters to you.
So, Jack, let's start with you. Tell us about a typical weekday for you, from morning to night.
Okay, here we go. A normal day for me starts around 6:30 in the morning. My alarm goes off, and like most people, I usually hit the snooze button once or twice. But I try not to stay in bed too long. I get up, open the curtains, and let the morning light in.
Good habit. Morning light wakes up the brain.
Exactly. Then I drink a glass of water because I read that it helps rehydrate the body after a full night's sleep. Then I head to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, shave if needed, and then change into comfortable workout clothes.
So you exercise in the morning.
Yes, I usually do. I either go for a 20-minute jog around the neighborhood or do yoga at home. Exercise really helps me wake up and starts my day with a positive mindset.
I admire morning exercisers. I'm not one of them, but I wish I was.
It took time to become a habit, but after exercising, I take a quick shower and then make breakfast. Usually something simple. Eggs, toast, sometimes oatmeal. If I'm in a hurry, I might just grab fruit and coffee.
So what time do you start work?
Usually around 8:30 or 9. Before that, I check emails, plan my tasks, and prepare mentally for the day. I like to list 3 important things I want to accomplish.
Prioritizing is smart. Otherwise, the day can just run away from you.
Exactly. Then I work until lunchtime. My work involves writing, planning lessons, recording materials, editing content, that kind of thing. Around noon or 12:30, I take a lunch break.
Do you eat at home or go out?
Usually at home, simple meals, maybe rice bowls, salads, pasta, something like that. After lunch, I sometimes take a short walk to refresh my mind.
I love that. Walking in the middle of the day resets the brain.
It really does. Then I continue working through the afternoon. If I have meetings, they're normally scheduled between 1 and 4. I try not to schedule meetings after 5 because I want to keep evenings relaxed.
Good boundary.
By about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, I finish work. Then I relax, read books, watch videos, sometimes do more exercise, maybe cook dinner. I don't like going to bed late, so around 10 or 10:30, I shut off my phone and unwind.
That sounds like a very healthy and structured routine.
I try. Now, Emma, what about you? Tell us what a typical day looks like in your life.
Sure. My day usually starts a little later than yours. I'm not a 6:30 morning person. I usually wake up around 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
That's still early.
Well, I used to wake up later, but I've been working on creating healthier habits. So when I wake up, the first thing I do is stretch in bed for a few minutes. Not exercise yet, just stretching so my muscles wake up.
That's a great idea.
After that, I drink a cup of warm water with lemon. It wakes up my digestion and gives me energy. Then I wash my face, brush my teeth, and get dressed. Most days, I don't eat breakfast immediately because I like to start my morning with meditation or journaling.
Meditation. Tell us about that.
Yes, I usually sit quietly for 10 minutes and focus on breathing. It keeps my mind calm, focused, and positive. After meditation, I write a few lines in my journal, how I feel, what I want to accomplish, or just thoughts on life.
That's beautiful. Very mindful.
After that, I make breakfast. Smoothies, fruit, yogurt, or sometimes avocado on toast. Something simple and healthy.
Sounds delicious.
After breakfast, I start work around 9 or 9:30. Like you, I also work from home, so I need a routine to stay productive. I usually start by reviewing tasks and planning the day. I try to finish creative work in the morning, like writing scripts or recording lessons.
Because the brain is fresh.
Exactly. Then I take a break for lunch around 12:30. After lunch, I sometimes do light exercise, like a short walk, some stretching, or a few minutes of light cardio.
Very balanced.
Then I continue working through the afternoon. Meetings, editing videos, preparing lessons, answering messages. I usually finish work by 6, but not always. If the deadline is close, I might work until 7 or 8.
That happens.
In the evening, I relax, cook dinner, watch something, chat with friends, or read a book. I try to go to bed before midnight.
Nice routine. It's calm and intentional. It's interesting how daily routines affect how we feel physically and emotionally. When the routine is healthy, we feel good. When the routine is chaotic, we feel stressed.
Oh, yes. A routine brings structure, stability, and control. Even simple things like waking up at the same time, eating regular meals, cleaning your space, or sleeping early can make a huge difference.
And routines help the brain relax. When habits are automatic, the brain uses less energy to make decisions.
Exactly. Decision fatigue is real. If every day is random time to wake, random meals, random work schedule, you get mentally tired faster.
Very true. And also, routine reflects values. For example, someone who exercises every morning values health. Someone who journals values reflection. Someone who studies daily values learning.
But not everyone has a routine. Some people just go with the flow every day.
Yes, and that works for some people. But often, no routine means no consistency, and that makes goals harder to achieve.
Right. If someone wants to improve their English, for example, studying once a week is not enough. But if they create a simple routine, 15 minutes every morning, they will improve steadily.
Small daily habits beat big occasional ones.
Let's talk about happiness and routines. Do routines make people happier?
I think they do. When you have structure, you feel more in control of your life. You feel like you are moving forward, improving step by step.
Yes, and routines also reduce anxiety. When life feels uncertain, daily habits create stability.
Like a personal anchor.
Exactly, an emotional anchor. Even if the world is chaotic, if you wake up, exercise, plan your day, and drink your coffee, you feel grounded.
Let's talk about the different types of routines people might have. Morning routine, work routine, study routine, exercise routine, evening routine, weekend routine, sleep routine.
Yes, and I think each one affects a different part of life. For example, a strong morning routine sets the tone for the whole day.
Absolutely. If you start your day by scrolling social media for 45 minutes in bed, you probably won't feel energized or positive.
But if you start with water, sunlight, breathing, exercise, or reading, your brain starts the day in a better state.
Let's talk about how people can start a new routine. Many learners struggle because they try to change everything at once.
Yes, that is the problem. They want a perfect routine immediately. Wake at 5, exercise, meditate, study, journal, eat super healthy, all on day 1. After 2 days, they fail, then feel guilty.
Because habits must start small.
Exactly. If you want to start reading in English every day, start with 5 minutes, not an hour.
Then increase slowly. The brain accepts small habits more easily.
One thing many people forget is celebrating small wins, like I woke up 10 minutes earlier today. I studied English for 5 minutes. I drank water instead of soda. I took a walk. These small wins build momentum.
Yes, and they change identity. Every small habit tells your brain, I am the kind of person who does this.
And identity change lasts longer than motivation.
So, in part one, we talked about the importance of routine and how daily habits shape our lives. I want to go deeper into something many people struggle with: discipline. Because routines don't work without it.
Very true. People often start a new routine with excitement, motivation, and energy. But after 2 or 3 days, the excitement disappears, and then they have to rely on discipline.
Yes, motivation is temporary. It's like a spark, bright, powerful, but short-lived. Discipline is what keeps a routine going when motivation disappears.
And that's why many people fail to maintain a routine. They think something is wrong with them when their motivation fades, but it happens to everyone.
Absolutely. Even people who exercise daily don't feel motivated every time. They just make it part of their identity.
That is key. Identity. If I see myself as a person who exercises, then exercising becomes natural, part of who I am, not something I have to force every day.
Exactly. If someone says, I'm not a morning person, they reinforce identity. If someone says, I'm terrible at sticking to routines, the brain believes it.
So, a powerful shift is when someone starts saying, I'm the kind of person who wakes up early. I'm the kind of person who studies every day. I am someone who takes care of my health, even before the habit is strong.
Yes, because the brain follows identity. Once the brain believes, the behavior becomes easier.
But let's also talk about something that happens to everyone. You build a routine, you follow it for a week, a month, maybe 3 months, and then suddenly something happens. You get busy, you travel, life changes, maybe you get sick, and your routine is broken.
Yes, and people panic. They think, I failed or I'm back to zero.
But no one can keep a perfect routine forever. Life is unpredictable. It's not about never breaking the routine, it's about starting again.
Right. The key habit is not perfection. The key habit is returning.
Many learners experience something like this. They begin studying English every day. Then one day they miss their lesson. They feel bad, then miss another day. After that, the voice in their head says, it's too late, I've already failed.
Yes, but in reality, missing a day or two is normal. Missing 3 days is also normal. Even missing a week happens. What matters is, do you return?
Exactly. If every time you fall off track, you pick yourself up and return, the habit becomes strong.
Some people also fail because their routine is too strict. They design a perfect schedule. Wake up at exactly 6. Eat breakfast at exactly 6:30. Study at exactly 7. Exercise at exactly 8. But life doesn't always follow the clock.
Yes, routines need structure, but also flexibility. If someone wakes up late one day, they can still follow the routine, just shifted in time.
Right. Instead of, I woke up late, so today is ruined, they can think, I woke up late, but I still have the day. Let's continue.
Habits should be anchors, not chains. They should support life, not imprison it.
Let's talk about micro habits. They're one of my favorite concepts. Small actions that are too easy to fail at.
Yes, things like 2 minutes of reading, 5 push-ups, 3 sentences of writing, 1 paragraph of English study. Very small, almost effortless.
People underestimate small habits because they look too insignificant. But small habits are powerful because they are easy to stick with long term.
And also, small habits often grow naturally. Someone who starts reading 2 minutes a day might soon read 10 or 20 minutes without noticing.
Yes, micro habits remove the psychological resistance, the voice of, I don't want to.
Another thing we didn't talk about yet is how routines affect mental health. Many therapists say that when someone is anxious or depressed, creating even small routines can help stabilize emotions.
Yes, because routines give the mind structure. Even waking up, showering, brushing teeth, and eating breakfast can help someone feel more in control.
And when someone feels in control of small things, they gradually gain the confidence to manage bigger challenges.
Exactly. Routines are grounding. They connect you to the present moment and to your life.
It's also interesting how routines vary across cultures. For example, when I visited Europe, I noticed people had a very relaxed lunchtime routine.
Yes, many European countries take lunch seriously. Long lunches, slower meals, socializing. It's part of the culture.
In contrast, in some countries, people only have 10 or 15 minutes to eat at their desks or even skip lunch completely.
That affects stress levels, digestion, and energy. Routines influence health even at the cultural level.
And waking times differ too. In Spain or Italy, people often stay up late and wake up late. But in many Asian countries, people wake up very early.
And in the US, many people build routines around productivity. Morning workouts, long work hours, evening hobbies. Every country shapes daily rhythms differently.
Let's shift to weekend routines. Jack, what does a typical weekend look like for you?
Weekends for me are slower. I wake up without an alarm. I still exercise in the morning, but more casually. I usually meet friends, go grocery shopping, clean the house, or do hobbies, reading, hiking, photography.
That's nice.
I also try to plan the week ahead. Sunday night, I look at the calendar, set goals, and prepare mentally.
That's smart. Planning on Sunday can remove Monday stress. My weekends are very social. I often meet friends for brunch or coffee. I like going to farmers markets, taking walks, sometimes going to the movies or trying a new restaurant.
Sounds fun.
I also clean the house, do laundry, meal prep, and sometimes do creative hobbies like drawing or learning something new.
Weekends are good for reset. Cleaning your environment refreshes your mind.
Yes, a clean space usually means a cleaner state of mind. Let's talk about productivity. Some people think routines are boring, but actually, routines increase productivity.
That's true. When tasks are scheduled, they get done more efficiently. Without a plan, people often waste time deciding what to do next.
The brain has limited decision making energy each day. Routines reduce unnecessary decisions.
This is why many successful people wear similar clothes every day, less mental energy on decisions.
Food routines also matter. If someone eats irregularly or eats too much late at night, they might feel tired or sluggish.
Yes, many experts say the body loves regularity. Eating at consistent times helps digestion and energy levels.
And if someone always skips breakfast, they might compensate with too much caffeine or sugar later.
Food routines can support discipline too. If someone cooks meals regularly, they are less likely to eat junk food or snacks all day.
Sleep routines, in my opinion, are the foundation. If someone sleeps well, everything else becomes easier.
Absolutely. Sleep affects mood, memory, concentration, metabolism, everything. Yet, many people go to bed at different times every night.
That confuses the body. The brain loves consistency. Regular bedtime, regular wake time, calming evening activities.
Many people stay awake scrolling social media until 2 a.m., then wake up tired, then repeat the cycle.
Yes. One powerful routine is simply putting the phone away 1 hour before bed.
Reading, journaling, stretching, or even just dimming the lights helps the brain slow down.
Since many of our listeners are English learners, let's talk about study routines.
Yes, before we explain how to study, I want to make something clear. Consistency is more important than intensity.
Exactly. Studying 10 minutes every day is more effective than studying 2 hours once a week.
Because the brain learns better through repetition, not through cramming.
Yes, language is like a muscle. Daily training builds strength. A simple study routine could be 5 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of speaking, 5 minutes of reviewing vocabulary. Just 20 minutes, but incredibly effective.
I want to talk about the problems people face when they live without routine. It often leads to poor time management, low productivity, constant stress, difficulty achieving goals, feeling overwhelmed.
Yes, without structure, days often disappear. People wake up, do random tasks, get distracted, and suddenly it's nighttime. They don't know where the day went.
And they blame themselves instead of their system.
Exactly. It's not the person who was broken, it's the structure.
And routines change depending on age, job, family, and lifestyle.
Yes. For example, when someone becomes a parent, their routine changes completely. Babies create their own schedule and parents must adapt.
Students also have different routines, class schedules, study sessions, part-time jobs.
And elderly people often follow calmer routines, morning walks, reading, gardening, community events.
The point is, routines evolve. They're not fixed forever.
People should ask themselves, what are my priorities? Because routines should support what matters most.
Exactly. If someone values health, routines might include exercise, cooking, drinking water, sleeping early. If someone values family, routines might include dinner together, quality time, helping children study.
And if someone values growth or career, routines might include reading, skill development, study sessions, morning planning.
Evening routines are also powerful. A short reflection at night helps you see what you did well and what you want to improve.
Yes, reflection helps close the day mentally. Some people can ask, what went well today? What could I improve tomorrow? Did I follow my routine? What am I grateful for?
Gratitude is extremely powerful. It shifts the brain toward positivity.
Another important part of establishing habits is rewarding yourself. When the brain feels rewarded, it repeats behavior.
Yes, the reward can be small, like checking the habit off on a calendar, enjoying a cup of coffee afterwards, taking a break, watching a favorite show.
The brain needs satisfaction to repeat routines.
Some people resist routines because they think routines are boring or restrictive.
Yes, they think routines remove freedom, but in reality, routines create freedom. When we automate certain parts of our life, we free mental space and energy for creative decisions.
Exactly. Without routine, the brain is constantly overwhelmed.